Hôm nay nhà mình có gọi điện cho một công ty làm bên cái roof trên cái mái nhà đó. Bởi vì sau cái trận bão vừa rồi á, thì có rất là nhiều nhà bị hư hỏng nặng. Và nhà mình á, thì cũng bị hư hỏng. Hôm trước thì gãy hàng rào, sập hàng rào thì mình đã làm xong hết trơn rồi. Thì hôm nay thì phát hiện ra cái roof trên mái nhà đó nó có vấn đề. Là mình thấy có dột nước vô nhà rồi là mình biết là cái trên cái roof nó có vấn đề rồi, nó bị bay rồi. Nó bị bay mấy cái miếng vinyl ở trên cái roof á. Thì trên cái mái nhà đó, đó giống như bên đây nè. Thì hôm nay á thì cũng qua mấy công ty người ta tới, người ta khảo sát, người ta báo giá rồi mà nhà mình cũng vẫn chưa có ok á, cho nên vẫn còn đang tìm kiếm những cái công ty mà nó báo giá tốt hơn. Thì chiều hôm nay có cái hẹn với cô gái này đến để xem, để cổ xem xét rồi cổ báo giá đó. Cổ đang đi kiểm tra nhà rồi cổ sẽ báo giá cho mình. Lần đầu tiên mình thấy một người phụ nữ Mỹ mà gọi là rất là bản lĩnh như vậy. Cổ đến trước kia thì có mấy người đến, nhưng mà người ta chỉ đứng ở dưới, người ta dòm dòm rồi người ta báo giá để thay cái roof thôi, rồi người ta báo giá thôi. Còn cô này á là cổ rất là giỏi luôn. Cổ đi vòng vòng cái nhà mình rồi chỗ này chỗ kia cổ kiểm tra hết luôn á. Nói chung là một cái người làm việc rất là chuyên nghiệp luôn. Bây giờ mình mời mọi người xem, mình chia sẻ về cái cách làm việc của một cái công ty thay mái nhà này nha. Một cái công ty rất là chuyên nghiệp luôn. Vườn sau nhà mình bây giờ leo lên để coi mái nhà. Giỏi không? Thấy phụ nữ không? Phụ nữ Mỹ là phải mạnh mẽ. Nó lật ra. Mái nhà nó bị muốn bay rồi đó. Lên nóc nhà là này nè. Này là đi giám sát công trình cho công ty đó. Mà may là trời nắng mà vậy đó. Mà cỏ này cỏ mịn nè. Cỏ đằng sau nó đẹp hơn cỏ đằng trước ha. Cỏ đằng sau đẹp hơn cỏ đằng sau nữa. Đằng trước chết hết trơn à, đằng sau cỏ đằng sau còn nguyên. Nó chết ở trên ngay chỗ cái ống khói trên đó đó.
I think that's one, the one here, maybe from there, they pull down here. Yeah. I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the same color you have here. I can go see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to see where it is lifting here.
Yeah.
And that's where it was stuck at.
That's why leaking rain coming water.
Yeah.
Nó gần dở lên hết rồi.
Nó nói cái này phải thay rồi, chứ không thể không sửa được. Yeah.
Okay, because they have 3 layers. So this layer here. And then the layer on top too. And then the third layer.
3 layer.
3.
Cái đó có 3 lớp rồi, không phải một lớp.
So one, or let me show you this picture.
Oh, okay, show it the picture. Cái chụp hình đó, để họ chỉ.
Thì ớt đang trái quá trời. Thấy thương chưa? Nè anh coi cây ớt trái quá trời nè. Ớt này ớt chỉ thiên.
Yeah.
Ok. Yeah.
So we can throw these ones away. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Anh nữa nè.
Thank you.
Thôi, áo dài rồi. Thôi. Không vô giờ.
Mình.
Superwoman, Superwoman. Yeah, they're.
Cái bụi dưa gang của mình hôm nay mình phát hiện ra có một trái dưa gang đang núp trong cái lùm này. Một trái dưa gang cũng đang rất là to. Thì cũng như mọi năm, cái giống dưa gang màu xanh này mình rất là thích trồng. Mình thích trồng dưa gang xanh bởi vì mình quan sát ở trong các chợ ở Mỹ này không có thấy bán dưa gang màu xanh này đâu, chỉ là dưa gang màu vàng là nhiều à.
One of the things that we do focus on is doing a system. Everything works together, okay? So
Mới tôi trình bày những sản phẩm là nhiều tất cả mỗi người làm từng cái khâu khác nhau. Can my wife see record something professional? Yeah.
So right now I'm going to show you the difference of what you currently have versus what is on the market, okay? So your shingle here, the one that we found outside, okay?
Yeah.
So this shingle was made before 2009. So remember I told you it has more petroleum?
Yeah.
It is going to be a lot stronger, okay?
Right.
With this shingle it has...
Too thin, thick.
That one's actually probably a little bit thinner, huh?
Oh, really thick.
So this here is the nailing band. This is where they have to put the nails in. You can see that in this, they missed it. They didn't put it properly.
Đóng đinh đó, thay vì nó đóng giữa này nè, nó đóng chặt ngoài à. Đinh nó hở rồi gió thổi bay tóc lên.
Exactly. You can see the inside.
Nó chỉ cho mình cái gì đó.
It's made of paper. So you see when the rocks come off, it's just paper. And it has those little white hairs. That's the fiberglass.
Đó là cái giấy trong đó, nó không có nhiều chất lượng gì.
So it's gonna rip up very easily. It's just paper.
Dễ bị rách đó.
Okay, paper.
Nó không lâu nữa.
This was the one that we found outside. It was made when they were made stronger. Now they don't make them like that anymore.
I know.
This is what they're made like.
Yeah.
So you see the difference?
This one more thicker.
It may be a little bit thicker just because that one's older. But they're flimsy. See? So this one is one from Home Depot. You can see that it does have the same nailing band. So you see the nailing band here? Yeah. This is where they have to put the nail in. It's very small. It's like the size of my pinky, very small. On the back, they have one adhesive strip. So this is where it glues onto the roof. Okay? So since it's only one piece that connects to the roof, when you start to get it lifting up in the corners, that's where they start to lift up and bend. That's how they rip off the roof. Okay, because they start to bend here. So this is what is currently on the market. Honestly, what you used to have back in the day was going to last you a lot longer. That's why this roof lasted you about, 16 years? Maybe?
Yeah, 18 years.
18 years?
I think so.
And this one's gonna last you about 10 years at the max. Underneath your shingles, above the wood, above the decking, they use felt paper. This is what it looks like. I use it every single day to show that it is flimsy. It's paper, okay? Paper is gonna soak the water. It doesn't have any waterproofing. But what it has that white line. So when they start to put up the roof, this just tells them how to lay it down straight. So that way it's not crooked, okay? What this does too, whenever the adhesive melts, it's going to melt into the paper. So when they rip off the shingle, it rips the paper and not the wood that's underneath it. Okay, so not the decking. As far as the actual flashing goes, any flashing that you have is going to be made out of aluminum, like this one. So this is what they currently use. For your chimneys, they'll typically put it either like this, square.
Square in the corner.
Yeah. Or they'll bend it in half, just like this, sitting in front of the wood and over the roof. That way water will slide down. But you saw on your roof, they didn't put it on. Okay. This is something that is overlooked. They will not put it on if you don't have it. They'll leave it. They'll ignore it. If you do have like for example on your pipe boots, on the pipe boots you're starting to see a warp or lifting in some areas, and water's tucking in. What they're gonna do is they're gonna hammer it down, and they're gonna reuse it anyways. Doesn't matter if it was broken in before. Okay. So that's what an entry-level roof is. So like we discussed earlier, entry-level roof is just felt paper and a big box store shingle. Reusing whatever you have, general contractor. Okay, we don't do those type of roofs. What we do instead of this, so I'm gonna take this away just for a minute. What we use instead is, as soon as we get to the decking, to the wood, we're gonna put this. Okay, this is not a shingle.
What is it for?
So this is called ice and water shield.
Oh.
It's to rubberize the decking, so if you touch it, it's sticky.
Oh, I see.
So it's gonna stick on the decking. We're gonna put it all around the perimeter. So it's gonna go from the perimeter 3 feet into the living space, so 3 feet up. We're gonna put it in those valleys where you have the roof that meets the other piece of the roof. We're gonna put it 3 feet going each way. We're gonna put it around the chimney, around the pipe boots, everywhere where water collects or comes in the most, that's where we're gonna put it, okay? This is only the first layer for water defense. This and what a shingle is, they're pretty much the same thickness. This is what is protecting your whole entire house, and that's why you're getting the leaks inside.
Right.
This is gonna be only the first layer of our system, okay? So instead of felt paper, what we're gonna use is a synthetic underlayment. So our synthetic underlayment is patented to us. That means we made it. So it's ours and it has our name right across. We are the only ones that have this exact material. Okay, so our underlayment is gonna be made out of vinyl. So it is gonna be waterproofing the whole house, okay?
This one they put on the roof, the title, on the top, right?
We're gonna put this right on top of the wood, on top of the plywood.
The wood, yeah.
Yes, sir. So this here has a 500 pound per tinsel. That means you have to use 500 pounds of strength to rip it. So you can't rip through it, okay? It's gonna be very, very hard to rip.
This is excellent for my wife.
Yeah.
Cái này á, khi nó đổ cũ xuống quá đó, nó lọt lên trên rồi cái miếng này nè, hôm nay là thành ra không bao giờ mà
bị dột hết.
Dột người nữa.
Yeah.
So very, very strong. This is
Làm rất
gonna,
là kỹ, coi như.
yeah, this is what a lot of our customers love. So right here is Energy Star certified. Energy Star certification saves you money on your electricity bills. Okay, so this is gonna keep the heat out of the attic. So that way the AC or the HVAC machine that you have is not gonna work as hard. So it's gonna put less stress on the AC. Saves you about 15 to 25% off of your electricity bills every single month. Okay, just for having this.
Cái này những cái sản phẩm này công ty nó làm ra chứ không phải ra được Polo mua đâu.
No Home Depot.
Nó từ công ty nó làm. Tên đó. Home Depot.
Yeah. So right down on this side, it's Energy Star certified. I'm sorry, it's a Miami-Dade County approval. So Miami-Dade County is where we have the most hurricanes. So we get it approved there because they have the strictest building codes. So what that means is we have to follow those building codes, and if we don't, then we can't put a roof there. So with the strictest building codes, we put this into their hurricane tunnel. The hurricane tunnel is sat there for 48 hours straight. This withstood 180 mile per hour winds, 180 by itself. It also withstood 8 inches of rain per hour for the full 48 hours, every single hour. Okay. So with this, it is legally allowed to be a roof in Texas by itself. No shingles, no nothing. By itself for 2 years. This can be a roof by itself.
Cái này cái lót trước khi nó bỏ cái roof trên, nó bảo vệ cái gỗ và nó không bị
So all of these little hearts, or they kind of look like somebody going like this, little strong arms. Okay, you see them?
Yeah.
So that's where we're gonna hand nail it. So we don't go with a gun and.
Oh really?
We're gonna hand nail it in. Okay. The type of nails.
Rồi chúng có đặc biệt chứ không phải gì cái kia làm gì chặt cho tụi nó bảo cả rồi này nó có chỗ giấu nữa.
Có cái
So I have a piece of my underlayment cut out. I cut it out and I have it here to show you that water doesn't get through on the other side. I have a nail right here, okay, to show you the kind of nail.
Nước rồi, đinh rồi, không có bị xì nước nữa.
The kind of nail that we use is iodized. So it's not gonna rust and it's not gonna corrode, and it has ridges. So it's a ridge cap nail. So you can hear this noise. So when you pop it through, it's gonna grip onto the fibers. Okay, so just so you can kind of hear it, just so you can hear that pop. Oh, let me do it on mine.
No, that's okay.
But so that way you can hear how it sounds. Okay. So you can hear this noise right through. Okay, so on the other side, it starts to grip onto the fibers. Okay. Layers 2 and 4 of my underlayment, so 2 layers of it are gonna be.
Đây đó, từ công ty nó làm ra chứ không phải ra được Pro nó mua đâu. Nó thành nó đặc biệt hơn.
So layers 2 and 4 are an adhesive layer that settles around the nail in the heat. So that's to prevent the water from coming out. Oh, sorry, water from coming in. The nail head here too is also to prevent water from coming in to where the hole is at. So to show you again, no water has gotten through. I've been having this mason jar with the nail for the past 4 days in my car, like this. Nothing has gotten through to the other side, okay? So 100% waterproofing.
Đấy là không giờ nó bị rỉ nhớt nước nữa. Chuyên nghiệp
quá chuyên nghiệp. Từ bữa giờ có một người tư vấn mặt tới mấy tiếng đồng hồ như vậy nha. Từ bữa giờ lần đầu tiên luôn á.
So right now.
She said you very professional.
Oh, thank you.
Good quality.
Yes, sir. So right now we have 1 layer of water protection. This one. 2 layers of water protection. So we're at 2. Before we put anything else on, okay? So to show you the first thing, we talked about what flashing looks like. The flashing is made out of aluminum, typically. This is our flashing. So instead of this, we use this. It's 26 gauge steel. Okay, so it's not gonna bend and it's not gonna warp. Okay, we'll use stone on it. If you go for the metal system, it'll have the stone. If you go for the fiberglass system, it's still the same material. Yeah, 26 gauge. So the lower the gauge, the stronger it is. So with the 26 gauge steel, we would paint it with the fiberglass system with industrial paint to match your roof. So blacks, whites, grays, browns, whatever color you choose, that way it's cohesive. But it's still the same material, so it is strong. This is gonna sit in front of the wall to roof areas. So where you have a wall and a roof, where they meet. This is to guide water off. So think about your chimney area. This is where that would go. Okay, sitting in front of your chimney, guiding the water all the way down so it doesn't get into the wood. So instead of this, this. So my drip edge. The drip edge is what's gonna sit inside of the gutters. So this is gonna go in front of those boards, the wood boards that face the front like this. It's gonna sit in front of it, making sure that water doesn't drip off. And when it does drip, it's gonna drip and kick it away. So it's gonna kick the water away from the boards that sit behind it. And it's gonna be drilled into the decking. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, straight into the decking. You can see it has a little kick plate here too. So when we lay the shingles, let's say this is a shingle. When we lay the shingles up against it, it's gonna have a sealant right here, making sure that the water doesn't tuck in under the shingle. Now this part here, it has a lip. So it lifts up and it snaps into place. Okay, so it snaps down. For the metal system, just to show you, my metal shingle has a male end and it has a female end. So this part will come into the lip right here, snap into place, just like that. So that way it's all interlocking together. Okay? So that way if wind comes and tries to pull on your shingle, it's not going to let go. Okay? So it holds on really nice and strong. So this is my drip edge. Now for the area that you have the little A, it's called a gable. Okay? So what we use there is a gable edge or a rake edge, whatever you prefer to call it. But it acts the same as this. So it's going to be slightly longer, covering the wood that sits facing the front. So just like this. And it's going to be having the same kick plate. So it kicks the water away from the board. So you see that here? Kicks the water away. What we use for the metal system is a J channel. Looks like this, J channel. This J channel is going to slide in right behind. Just like this. Okay? So from the front, this is what you see. From the back, you have a gutter system. So when water tucks in, it's going to be guided off the roof right through here. So it doesn't hit the deck. Okay? So just another area of protection from water.
Kỹ quá kỹ luôn ha. Mấy combo đó quá trời.
Now around the pipe boots, we do not use rubber. Okay, we don't use metal. We use something called neoprene. It's also known as EPDM.
What did you put in
So these go on the pipes.
on the pipe?
Yeah. So these are going to be the boots that sit on your pipe. You can see it has little measurements. So it's cut out. It's going to be cut too small. So that way when you stretch it out, it's going to sit nice and tight on the pipe. And it's not going to let water come in. So for example, so right here where you have that vent, like right there where you have the vent, and how it's bringing in water from the rafter from there, you're not going to have this issue.
We don't know about in
Yeah.
you know,
So this pipe boot is made out of neoprene. It's the same material that scuba divers that go into the ocean, they make their outfits out of this. So if you could, can you stretch it out? Try to rip it.
Để chụp lên cái ống, mấy ống nước đó phải không?
Cái ống.
So it's going to be very, very durable. So since it is made out of neoprene, it's going to withstand extreme fluctuations in temperature, upwards of 200 degrees Fahrenheit without ripping, without cracking, without melting.
No problem,
And then below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not going to rip, it's not going to break. If you have squirrels, they can't chew through it, okay? So for my metal system, it'll have a metal cap to go around it that's made for it, covering it up so it's all cohesive and matches the rest of the roof. For the fiberglass system, just like what you have now, it will show, but it would have the shingles going all the way around with sealant covering it up. So that way water doesn't tuck in through these areas either. Okay. So we're going to cut it to be too small. Put sealant at the bottom and a sealant at the top to seal it up completely. No water tucks in. So preventing leaks from coming into the home. The next part is the valley pans. So in the areas where you have the two slants of the roof, this is what's going to go there. So you spread it out just like this, spread it over the roof, and then you're going to have a cap. So for the metal system, it'll have this metal cap. It slides right into place. So from the outside, the only thing that you can see is this with the metal shingles. Okay? So from the outside, it's going to look just like this. Okay? That's the only thing that can be seen. What's going on at the bottom is this gutter system. It could also be like this, however they put it on, okay? But at the bottom has the gutter system, making sure that if water does tuck underneath, it's gonna hit this and be guided off of the roof, okay? So right where water collects the most, you already have multiple layers of protection. So right now, where you have water coming in, you're gonna have the shingle as the first layer of protection. The valley pans, the pipe boots, The J bars is second layer of protection.
We have to request they do it or automatically.
Automatic, yes sir. This one and this one are the only ones that only go with the metal system. But without the metal system, fiberglass, you're still getting this. They'll put this on only if it really needs it for the fiberglass. But you have these areas, so 2 layers of protection. The underlayment, 3. And then the ice and water shield, 4 layers of protection for water. So water doesn't come into the house. Okay. So the last part I want to show you, where is it at? Is a ventilation system. So your ventilation system right now, they're facing upwards. Okay, so they're facing upwards so the hot air can come out through there. But the issue is, just like your gutters, you're starting to get debris inside. So trees, tree branches, tree leaves, they get stuck in that space. And also, since it's facing upward, it's acting like a cup. Water, when it rains, comes in through that hole. So you get water coming in from that area. Typically, the filter that they use inside of it looks like this. And we do not use this, but this is to show you what you have. The ridge vent system has this filter, yeah. So you can see the space for the air to escape. But can you do me a favor? Can you hold it in your hand real quick? And put one hand out, the other one, put this one away. And then put the ridge vent like this. Can you try that for me? Sorry. Put one this way. Go grab it with one hand. Try it with just this one only. So hold it, let's see. Or I'll hold it for you. Let me see real quick. Put one hand right here. Blow. Can you feel the air?
No.
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 And this is how the air is escaping your attic. So it's clogging it. Okay. I like to think about the blanket. You know, if you're watching TV, you put the blanket over your face because you're watching a scary movie. You can still breathe. You can still breathe, but it's not going out as fast as it should, right?
I understand,
So instead of this, we do not use this because it's made out of microplastic. Plastic is gonna melt in the sun, and when you squish it, it even starts to break a little bit. You can see it on my hand. Okay, so microplastic. It also gets clogged with bugs and all of that too. Okay. So instead of this, our ventilation system is made by us. So we are the only ones that have this ventilation system as well. Our ventilation system looks like this. So it is vinyl. It's a vinyl corrugated system. So each of these little lines is a steel chamber from all of these holes. That way they won't bend and they won't break. It'll still be held open. Okay, so you can see it right through there. So this is the only ventilation system where you can bend it. You can do whatever you want. I can step on it and it's still gonna be able to breathe through. Okay, just to show you. So doing everything right, and air is still able to travel right through. You hear how the air is traveling? Whereas this, if I step on it, it's broken. Okay. So with all these steel chambers.
Okay, this one better, this one better.
Exactly. So we're gonna cut out the space that you have up there. Right now, typically you'll have about 1 inch of a cutout for air to escape. We're gonna cut out an extra 4 inches. So you're gonna have between 8 to 10 inches open up there for air to escape faster. That way your attic stays cooler. Okay, the concept is that the more that you can spread this open, the more hot air can come up and hit the top. It's gonna go into these little channels right here, and it's gonna escape outside through these holes, through these channels. So since we are cutting out a bigger gap, we're gonna use this. This is an insecticide mesh. We spray it with boric acid to keep bugs out. And if they do try to come in, it does kill the bugs. So it prevents termites. It's gonna prevent cockroaches, wasps, all of that to come into the attic. Okay. So with this, with the metal system, it will have a metal capping like this here. Okay, so from the outside, you can't even tell it's here. It'll be cohesive to the roof, but from the bottom, you're gonna be able to see these holes here. That's letting the air escape. So instead of facing up and catching water, they're gonna be facing down. That way, water doesn't come in. Okay. Does that all make sense so far?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, so far.
So far, before I get into my shingles and showing you what those look like, what were your favorite pieces that I showed you from my system? Or what do you think would be the most beneficial for you?
So far, look like a professional.
Yeah. What part was
Not the
your
company,
favorite?
they never show me like this, you know.
Yeah.
They just look, they take a camera and then they say the price, something, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy because I tell people are like, just give me the price, give me the price. And I said, don't you want to know what you're buying? Because if I tell you, hey, well, my car, I'm selling it for $50,000, it could be a Ferrari, or it could be a 2001 Toyota, and you don't know.
Yeah.
Right? It could be completely crashed up, and there's just the parts and the pieces, but... So showing you is the most important, so you know what your money would be going towards, right? Yeah. But out of these parts and pieces, everything that I showed you, the underlayment, ice and water shield, drip edge, everything, what do you feel you could get the most benefit from?
I think that's very good quality. Of course, the price is higher than other, you know.
Yeah, like I told you before I got here, yes sir.
I understand now.
So the reason being is because it has so much that goes into it.
Right.
We don't just sell you a roof, but we're also selling you peace of mind. We're selling you quality, the warranties, the service, everything that goes into. It also has a warranty for 2.5 inches of an impact, so softball size impacts. Okay. So showing you my fiberglass system.
Cũng không ảnh hưởng gì.
Bão quá hả?
Nếu có bão. Mấy trăm may giờ thổi không ảnh hưởng gì nữa.
Ghê hả? Mạnh ha? Strong.
This is my fiberglass shingles.
Yeah.
Okay. My fiberglass shingles is made up 100% fiberglass, woven up together like a basket, and it's 4 layers of it. So 4 layers stacked on top of each other. So it is going to be very, very thick. Okay. Compared to your shingles now, or the shingles that we found over there.
Yeah, that's so thin. Yeah.
Yeah, you see the difference.
Yeah, different.
Right? And the thickness.
I know. Yeah.
So instead of it having paper inside, it's going to be fiberglass. So fiberglass is the same material that the car that you have outside, the cars, the fenders of the car is made out of fiberglass. So it's going to be impact resistant, just like if you were to get in a car accident. Yes, it bends, but the whole thing doesn't get destroyed. Okay. It's also going to be water resistant. So boats, ships, they're made out of fiberglass too. So this is the same material that boats and cars are made out of inside of it. So on the outside, we still use the copper coated ceramics. So it's still going to have a 10-to-1 fade ratio. So by the time you plan to sell the house in 10 years, your roof is only going to look like it's 1 year old. So it's going to look like a brand new roof even 10 years from now. 50 years from now, it's going to look 5 years old.
We didn't do 50 years.
Hey, but whenever you sell it, for the new homeowner. Okay, so that is a selling point. So it also has the
very
copper.
good quality, but too much. I don't think they spend too much money for the roof, metal roof, you know.
Oh yeah, this is not the metal one. This is the fiberglass.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So with the fiberglass, it's gonna have the same copper coated ceramics. So with the copper, it's gonna prevent the algae from growing still. So that way you don't see discoloration, you don't see algae growth, and you don't see any streaking lines in your shingles. Now the nailing band, I showed you on the other one, it's the pinkies width. Our nailing band is from the white line to the white line. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pinkies.
4 layers.
4, yeah. So it's 4 times as thick. This is where the nail has to go through. So this will make sure that even if it is slightly missed, it'll still be in where it's supposed to be. Okay, keeping the warranties that the manufacturer would have past ours. Inside of the nailing band, we use this right here. It's a tear resistant band. The tear resistant band, it's woven. So you see this how it's patched together, kind of like a basket. So this is to be like a Chinese finger trap. Have you played with the Chinese finger trap toys? Okay, I'll shake your hand, I'll leave, but you have everything that you need to know. Right. So you have everything you need to know to make an educated decision. Yes, sir. So let me go ahead and place these things away real quick. I'll build you out those quotes.
Vô là nó bám chặt lắm, mà bắn lệch cái chỗ đó thì nó không có chắc á. Nó chỉ nó nói đó. Okay.
Okay, put all together. I help you figure out you got.
Oh, you're fine. Don't worry.
Bây giờ hỏi là giá bao nhiêu?
Chưa biết, nó chỉ vậy thôi.
Tư vấn thôi, còn người ta sẽ gửi mail cho mình phải không?
Gửi mail.
Ok, me help you. Ok. Cái miếng này rất là chắc luôn. Kim loại á. Còn cái này là bằng cái thường. Cái này bằng kim loại nè. Xài suốt đời luôn á. Suốt đời luôn. Đó, nguyên bộ dụng cụ á để. Sau khi cổ tư vấn sau hơn 3 tiếng luôn, tư vấn rất là kỹ lưỡng luôn, thì bây giờ cổ mới gửi thông tin về công ty, rồi đợi công ty báo giá là mình sẽ cho mọi người biết là thay cái rúp như thế này thì giá khoảng bao nhiêu tiền. Để lát nữa mình đang theo dõi cổ để coi là cổ sẽ gửi về báo giá hôm nay hay là bữa khác, thì để đang coi từ từ.
Yes, I'm born here. My mom born here, but my family is from Mexico.
From Mexico.
Yes.
Ông nội đó là Mexico, còn mẹ nó với nó là sinh ra Mỹ.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah.
The ones you have, it doesn't include tax or fees or dump charges. That's just the average for the material and the labor. So with my quotes that I'm going to be building you, it's going to have everything included. So it's going to include the tear off of your current shingles. Okay. It's going to include repairs on the decking. It's going to include permits, dump fees, and then of course taxes for the material plus the labor. So it's going to be everything all together. Okay. So just so we're on the same page for everything. So I'm going to write those down as soon as I build them out, okay? So let's see.
Yeah.
So technically,
For down payment.
Technically, majority of people put down anywhere between 10 to 25%. However, we're not asking you to do that. We can get people approved with as little as the monthly payment, the first monthly payment. So let's say if you
let me know the total. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, of course. But let me see here. Let's see. Permit fees, dump fees, taxes, everything all together. That would be for the metal. Okay. Off of the fiberglass overall, same thing. So tear-offs, the repairs, the products, the labor, the permits, the taxes, the dump fees, everything all together, final totals come out to $53,779. That is including with the waste factor we had talked about earlier. Okay. On the most aggressive monthly payment, if you were to go, let's say that on the most aggressive monthly payment, pay it off as soon as possible, your monthly payments would be closer to around $2,055 as the highest. Typically, for most people, the highest monthly payment isn't the most comfortable. But is that something that would fit into your budget overall?
Well, if you say that price, let me thinking about it.
They are completely good for 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay. But while I am here at the house, they do offer us the ability to get you discounts in order to earn your business overall. But prices, we do pride ourselves. We're no pressure, right? If you say you need time to think about it, that's fine.
Let me confirm with my wife.
Of course. So real quick before I hand this over to you, just so I could finish my portion, if you were to go financing route, what is the monthly payment that does fit within your budget?
Excuse me.
You're fine.
Một giá là 92.320, một cái giá nữa là 53.700 mấy. Tao nói tao gửi giá này tao gửi được. Bây giờ để mình suy nghĩ coi cho.
You still be able to put food on the table and everything.
Normally they do about 10, 12, 15,000.
For as far as what?
They replace the new roof.
Yeah, that's what we talked about
I know,
earlier, right?
I know, yeah.
That's about the average of what a regular
now
roof
they come
would
up
cost.
I think that's too high for us, you know.
I know, and like I said, I'm able to show you what I can do.
I know.
But I need to figure out what is the monthly payment that does fit.
Sau khi tư vấn gần 4 tiếng đồng hồ thì cổ cho cái giá 54.000 đô la, thì tương đương hơn 1 tỷ đồng á. Nhưng mà ông xã mình nói cao quá, cái cổ mới chết này nọ xong rồi cổ báo thôi, đích cao cho mày là giảm giá cho mày là còn lại 36.000. Và ông xã mình không có, thì ông xã mình chưa có ok, thì vẫn hẹn cổ là để suy nghĩ lại. Nhưng mà cái giá này thì quá cao. Nhưng mà thực tế thì công ty này rất chuyên nghiệp luôn mọi người.